All right, y'all. Let me make sure that we're good to go. All right. So, excuse me. So we're going to talk about the twin flame temptation. I do have a couple of notes here, and I'm still going to take notes along the way, whatever spirit brings to mind. I hope all is well, and I hope everybody's staying safe. Okay. So I hope everybody's staying safe. So, okay, we're going to talk about twin flame temptation. Okay. Um, there is definitely temptation within the twin flame, the twin flame community, dynamic, whatever you want to call it, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, because it's, it's definitely a pandemic as well. But we definitely want to talk about, twin flame temptations, okay, and how to avoid being sucked into that realm of delusion, okay. Um, yes, you can shift your realm within your realm that you're living now. Okay. Um, you can shift your reality. Okay. You can shift it in your favor or you can shift it against your favor. So um, we have to be aware of this type of temptation that we're facing on a day to day basis. Okay. A day to day basis. Okay. So first we want to start with, you know, we want to start with sex, okay? Because sex is a very important trigger in the human nature, okay? The human way of life, okay? The order of this has to start with sex, only because of the simple fact that this is where the mind stands when it comes to the twin flame journey. We cannot deny the fact that we want our partner in order to, you know, what? No, you can't go outside. I don't care. We'll deal with it later. But the temptations that we deal with on a day-to-day basis is sex, the need and want for the physical form, the need and want for pleasure, the need and want for attention. The physical wants, needs, and desires is based off of the human body. Okay. The only way you can overcome these desires is to know that this is what you want. Okay. Give me a second. I just want to make sure we're still live. Okay. So when it comes to sex, we have to balance that base chakra because that's your base chakra. You're vibing at that lower level. Let me see if I can find a book that actually has. Nah, it's okay. But anyway, when it comes to the base chakra, which is the area below the sex, around the sex organ area, you tend to want to drive your twin flame, the twin flame connection, which is the soul to soul connection. When the soul to soul is supposed to be, mind to mind, you know, at first, not body to body. Now, some of us meet our companions body to body. Then you believe that order is what it believe. You believe that order is what you need first. You don't have to meet the physical body first to have that spiritual connection with a partner. You are having this experience already as we speak now. If you are a person who has not met your divine partner just yet, eventually you will still feel them. You will feel this presence. You will feel like as if somebody's watching you. You will feel, is it always a companion? It all depends that the spirit takes more sexual pull towards you. Most likely this person is someone of a within their body, and you shifting toward each other, or this person no longer has a vessel. Okay. So when it comes to sex, we lose our way when it comes to wanting and needing the desire of the companionship of your partner. A lot of us stray off because we believe that if we do not have the sexual part of our partner, that it is not real. Just this is not real. This is not how it's supposed to be. Um, this person doesn't want to come and have sex with me and be with me every day and have sex with me and build with me because they won't have sex with me, or they want to have sex with someone else. We vibing at that low vibration. You're going to stay there if you continue to think like this. Okay. If you continue to think that your union is driven by sex, physical needs, and wants and desires, you will continue to uh, what they will call have a rebirth. What you will have is the dark night of the soul. You will continue to have your revelations over and over and over and over until you realize you have to go a little bit higher than the physical flesh. Okay? So that is that point on sex. When it comes to sex, you do not need to be in a physical relationship to have a spiritual connection with someone. So you have to remember that. And as long as you have that knowledge will give you that power, and you would ascend from that chakra area because you're stuck in that base chakra. When you guys met in the physical and you guys met mind, body, and soul, you shifted. They shifted. So when they shifted to their lower self, you shifted to your lower self. Now all you care about is the body, which is the physical desire to have control of another. Okay, so all you have to do is let go. In order for you to ascend past that base chakra, you have to let go of the illusion of control over another. Okay, this can be control over anybody, not just your twin flame, but this could be control over any being. Okay, you only can have control of yourself. All right. So we talked about the sex. Now let's talk about money. Okay, as they would say, money is the root of all evil. But to make it in society, um, you would have to have money to pay bills. You would have to have money to feed yourself. You would have to have money to have the trinkets that you want, the material things that you want um, in this lifetime. Now, that is another part of temptation, okay? When it comes to it, the universe will guide you to your purpose, your destiny, okay? It may not be what you think it is. Everybody's destiny is to help assist another, but also help someone ascend, okay? As well as you're ascending. Okay. So if you find a job where you're not elevating yourself as well as the people around you are not elevating, you'll be stuck in that realm. Okay. You're putting yourself in these positions. Okay. Because you are not controlling your reality in the shape or form that you're supposed to have it. Okay. So you are not believing in yourself. Okay. You are letting go of yourself with doubt. Okay. And when it comes to the money makes you want to, it gives you that. It's almost like the money is the battery, okay, that the society puts in your back to be a successful being. But at the end of the day, you do not have to always have money to be happy. Okay. You have rich people who are miserable. You have poor people who are miserable. You have to meet in the middle where you must be content, okay, within yourself. That is no amount of money is greater than the creator that created all things. Okay. And the creator that created all things is not of human flesh. It is of energetic light. It is of it is of an electric form. Okay, it is what you would call like the sun, because without the sun, we wouldn't be able to have anything. Okay, so you must respect and worship the Creator that created all things. Okay, and that is the light above us all. Okay, which is that sun. Okay, and when I say worship the sun, I mean respect what it manifests down. Okay, and the way that we respect what manifests down is by first starting with yourself. Okay, it took energetic frequency, it took light frequency to get you combined into whatever you are today. Okay, it takes a lot of work for the universe to combine you into an ingredient. Okay, naturally. All right, naturally. When it goes above that, and all this other stuff starts to happen where there's artificial uh, extra stuff. Okay, you fill in the blanks when it's artificially tied into nature, then it becomes tampered. Okay, and a lot of us are allowing money to tamper with the essence of who you are. Okay, you are giving up yourself to replace it with something else, and money is a part of that. A car should never make you who you are. Clothes should never make you who you are. Your hair should never, like, artificial hair, which is weave, should not make you who you are. Artificial makeup, implants, all this stuff, whatever money can buy, shouldn't make you something that you already are, and that's beautiful. Okay, in your own way. You don't have to blend in to be like everybody else. And when I say twin flame temptation, I mean that it's possible. Like your partner, if you're not in union right now, it's most likely temptation has gotten your partner trapped into a realm they must get themselves out of. It is not your job. You can assist them so much. You can tell them, hey, can you see me? Hey, do you hear me? You could be in the same room as them. But if they are not strong enough to stay in that realm, they would go where their mind is traveling. Okay, even though their soul, because the soul is not going to continue to um, the soul is not going to continue to beat down a person. It is going to try to get them on their path by any means necessary. Okay? Spirit will manipulate the universe to get this person back on their purpose and path, good or bad. If you made a bad decision, some people would say you had to learn by mistake, you had to learn in order to know better. But it's not always about the fact that you had to learn this. See, that's another excuse to validate the decision that you chose to make. You had to learn it because you took a detour. You got off your path and you took a detour when there was a path given to you. Now, with the lack of faith in yourself, you took another route. So that other route does not justify that you had to learn this way, because the first lesson is to listen. And you made the decision when you fell for temptation not to listen. So now you must go down that second option. And when you go on, because your first option is not to have to learn, it's to already know. The second option is now you have to learn. So, yes, if you messed up, now you're going to pay the price. But it didn't have to be that choice. You could have just said, oh, I know exactly, and I trust that the universe is going to align me to my purpose and my path. Just as you would say for that second ultimatum, which is your punishment, the hard way, the long way, is what you're going to get in the long run. Okay, because when you make a decision other than the fate that you was given, you're going to get punished. And that's just that. Like I say, free will is not free. You have the will to act, but it's never free. You had the will to go forward, but you chose otherwise, so now you have to pay that price. Okay, so be careful when it comes to money. So we already talked about sex, we already talked about money, so let's talk about drugs. Okay, narcotics, anything artificial. All right, it is, some people don't want to hear this. People think that just because it grows from the earth is natural. But unless you grew it yourself, and I'm gonna give a disclaimer, I'm not telling you to go grow your own weed in order for it to be organic, because it don't matter how much you try to plant anything in the earth below and above, in the air, in the water, it still has chemicals, artificial chemicals. So technically it's not all organic as much as you think it is. If they, yeah, you guys gotta be careful, because now they're trying to legalize the shit all over the planet, where you could just smoke it everywhere sooner or later. Okay, they already approved it, and I don't have anything against that, but we're gonna still speak the truth on what it is. Okay, it may be organic, but it's not 100%, because nothing is really organic. There's always something. It's either the rains would have chemtrail in them, and it comes down and they go into the farmer's garden, or whatever, whoever you are planting your shit into your garden, which waters your plants. Okay, and then you have the soil that you're supposed to use. It's supposed to be organic soil, but it's not organic soil if the water is falling, if the chemicals are falling into the ground, which causes the plants to grow however way it will grow, because it's got chemicals in the water. Okay, so and this is why I said it's not all organic. So when you're and this has something to do with temptation as well, because a lot of people don't understand that your best bet is activating all your chakras so that you can self elevate, self meditate, self shift. Okay, be able to have that ability to jump in and out your body at will. Be able to have, because a lot of people has jumped out of their body, and these are your masculines and these are your feminine runners. Okay, they have jumped out of their bodies, because you can eject, okay, outside of your flesh, and decide to take a different route, which is your soul deciding to leave the body to continue on its journey and its experience in life. Now, some spirits would either choose not to come back to the body because it's content within itself to love itself without the flesh, or it will do whatever it can to get control of its vessel again. Okay. Um, so when it comes to smoking and drinking and all that, that is an assist of your ascension, but it's not you ascending from it, because this is why we have drug addicts and people addicted to or alcoholics, because what they are doing is chasing the high. They're chasing their higher selves, because once they have elevated to a higher level of themselves, they don't want to come down. So it's not always a bad thing when it comes to the truth. The knowledge is that people will chase after that high by using artificial things as drugs and drinks to assist them to elevate, because they need that assistance. They're not strong enough physically. Oh, that's it. Awesome. Yeah. Who? For a little bit. Okay. Excuse me. But it's very important to know this, because when people are choosing to use these narcotics and these cigarettes and so on and so forth, they are choosing to elevate themselves in a way of artificial nonsense. Okay. Um, you can do this all on your own, and I'm gonna do a video on self healing. I will do some steps, and I will start a program where you do have to purchase it to join my link. Okay, I will start to do a private class on YouTube, where and soon I will have a website, but that's still come, and to come. But I will upload a video of that day or that week, and if you want the link, you will have to pay for that chapter, and it will be like a healing process where you can take the natural steps to self heal. Okay, some of you guys can do this at home, but if you really want that help, because we're supposed to help each other and guide each other and help one another ascend. So just like you have people out there who would help you, disconnect from your true self. You have people that's out there that help you connect to yourself, like myself. Okay, how did I do it? I did it all on my own because there are too many toxic people. Now I might have had one or two people that came into my life and really triggered me in a way of, like somebody. I remember somebody warning me that I was going to meet someone special, but that was just like a 5 to 10 second message, and then they moved on, and I moved on, and boom, I met my twin flame. Then I have some who that my the last one, my actual twin, he really triggered me. So I just to help and assist others. Okay. So be mindful of the temptation of drugs. Okay. It can ascend you in a way, but you don't need that. You don't need to chase that high when you can just quiet the mind and you can just relax. Like the worst thing people want to do today is really relax and really focus on themselves. Like during this pandemic, you should have fell in love with yourself. That's it. You should have went outside a new person. You should have became a new person. But there was always, because there's always a way. There's always a way, even through death. Even through death, there's always a way, y'all. But you just have to be intelligent enough to always find that way. There is always a way for something. Okay? There's always a loophole in it. And if you are intelligent enough, it will come to you. If you are tuned into, because you need the body and you need the soul, but you need the soul first, and then comes the body in order to be able to activate this loophole where that if somebody put a trap in front of you, you're able to see your way out of it instantly. You have to have that kind of intelligence. It doesn't take a rocket scientist for this. You don't have to know how to read. You don't even have to be able to see. It's more of the loophole is more of a energetic thing, which is your soul. Your soul is the loophole to your success, the way to guide you. If y'all tune in, I swear, if y'all tuned into your most high, whatever you worship it to be, whatever you, because you are your own portal. So you call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it a flower. Um, you can call it a God. You can call it a book. You can call it whatever it is that you want to call your most high. And when you identify it with and it identifies you, and you guys recognize it, that source of light, that source of energy, you can name it whatever you want, because when you talk to that energy, you don't even have to give it a name. It's a more of an energetic exchange. It's more of an energetic type situation. Okay. Today and age, all we do is socialize. We're not socializing on a physical aspect. The only way socializing physically will happen is when you're like with your family, or if you're trying to use social media to find a sexual companion. Everybody's skipping the order. All this is making you skip the order of life. It's making you skip past, and then you're gonna miss out on learning the lesson that you had to learn during this time. Give me a second, y'all. My package came. I need to see what it says. But we definitely want to keep talking about this. Okay. So let me see. What is this? All right. I want to still talk to y'all because we're gonna keep it raw, because I'm not gonna run around here like a rehearsed puppet. But we have family and a house to run, so forgive me. Um, but yeah. So long story short, okay, you have to be mindful of money, because the money can buy you. Money can buy you the surgeries. Money can buy you money can buy you shit, everything you don't need, to be honest with you. Money can buy you. My next topic would be, toxic foods. Okay, we were eating, I'm not gonna lie, I was eating Chinese. I would have my little chicken and broccoli, whatever. But the sodium inside of it was not good. and healthy. Okay, it's not healthy for us. Excuse me, I'm trying to get something done. Same time. It's not healthy for us. So I just want everybody to understand, even the food you eat is toxic. Even the foods we eat. Okay. Um, next one is toxic people. Okay, you got toxic people. You know, this is why YouTube got moderators and shit, so that they can keep toxic people off the page. You know, just like that. Or you need, you know, just like you got to have a moderator. Your soul is the moderator. To It's the lie detector. It's the moderator. It's everything you need. Your soul is everything. Okay. No, I'm not vegan. I know I got my own healing and what I'm not vegan. I'm more like if I eat something, I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork, like, you know, but I did slow down on eating chicken, and I do enjoy eating vegetables and starch, but even that vegetables and starch could gain you weight. Vegetables, starch, and bread. So, and then I wanted to talk about the vegan food too, y'all, because um even being vegan is not really organic either, because you guys got to remember, we're trying to talk about organic is to be natural, something grown out from the earth. But like I said, we have to remember that even the foods we plant, like, it's either they're planted or they're either like I said, there's always some chemtrails in the air. You got chemtrails. What is this stuff? What is all of this? What is this? I don't know what this is. Let me follow the steps. I don't want to open up all this stuff. And then I'm trying to be able to get my internet going, y'all. My little package came in, so I'm trying to have better internet. Here has been really messing up, and I'm trying to get everything going with it. So excuse me. Um, the people that you being around is like, some of them can mean you well, but some of them can't. Sometimes you just have to, because you really, you know, sometimes they mean you well and sometimes they don't. So sometimes you just gotta like distance yourself for them. Okay, you gotta distance yourself from them. Like, I found myself distancing myself from family and friends frequently, naturally, and I didn't even understand it, but it gave me great peace. Um, you know, even with being a vegan, is organic, okay? Because unless if they're growing it in a farm, like I said, it's still chemtrails in the air. Chemicals are dropping down from the water, going into the soil. The soil is not all organic; it's all processed. So there's nothing organic about anything these days. They even like giving birth is not really being like, you know, even they help out with like birth. They help out. Um, it's just a lot, y'all. It's a lot. And this is why I say to be mindful of the temptations around you and your twin flame. If your twin flame is not with you, most likely they fell for temptation. It is not your responsibility to pull them back out of it. It is your responsibility to keep you out of it. Keep your hand out the cookie jar. If they get punished for it, they took that alternative route, they will pay for that. And this is only if you are a true twin flame. And if you're not a twin flame, you have not met your companion, this still is good information for a regular person as well. Somebody who has not ran into their twin flame. This will work out for people who are regular and dealing with toxic relationships or trying to improve your relationships. Temptation is a factor on this, in this realm, okay, on this planet, okay, in this realm, okay. If you learn to control your dreams, okay, learn how to control your dreams, learn how to control astral traveling, learn how to control all of that. Learn how to open your eye, learn how to close it, learn how to balance out your chakras, and learn how to take back control of you. You'll be fine. This twin flame, what it did was it pretty much was like a drug. Um, it got you, it got you in a state of mind of you were really in a whole different realm. It shifted you. It shifted us. Okay. Um, we have places. Okay. A lot of y'all are asking if you should move, or if you should stay, or should you stay at a job, or should you tolerate this and tolerate that. I tell you one thing: if the first thing in your mind when you wake up is I need to move, then guess what? You follow your first gut instinct at all times. It becomes common sense once you're on this journey and you start to really elevate. It becomes easier. What you're dealing with right now is the hardest part, and that's waking up. But once you're waking up, you start to recognize all the bullshit around you. And then when you start to recognize all the bullshit around you, you have to learn how to use your discernment and which way to stay and which way to go. And you have to learn how to uplift that inner. Because what happened is you just pretty much, when you awakened, you just pretty much tap back into yourself. That's the awakening. You have become one with your God again. And that's how you know you were disconnected from yourself the whole time. It take a while. You got people who are 40, 50, 60. You got people who are 18. You have people who are 5. You have people just coming into the world, and they can just, some people could just disconnect from themselves and don't return back to themselves till 15, 16 years later. This is possible. I must agree. At times, it seems the same, but it is not. And this is where you have to tap into your soul. Your soul will say that is not a good friend. And the first thing you do is you say, you know what? Let me distance myself, because it will naturally happen. But when you try to force a friendship or force a relationship, you will tend to lose your way. Okay? Let me see, where's this thing at? You will tend to lose your way. Okay? We don't want to keep losing our, okay? You want to stay focused, and it's not easy. But like I said, during this pandemic, there's some good about it and there was some bad about it. But regardless, it was here to trigger you and awaken you. It's no different from you losing a family friend that you will never see again. It will happen is you were supposed to be shifted. You were supposed to shift, and it's a trigger point to shift you in a higher level of consciousness, to be honest with you. And some people have changed the planet. Those who didn't will pretty much continue their path and not see, that they are stuck in what they would call hell on earth. Okay, because those who have awakened are now from the old paradigm where they way of living. Now they move on. Okay, some people would say, "Oh, you've changed. Oh, you are different. Oh, you moved on." Well, if you have control of your, okay, we want freedom. You can. You will get there if you haven't made it there already, where what this person is doing to you no longer hurts you. Because you don't have to just, it's a beautiful feeling. People do not like change. People freak out from change. People freak out that there's a higher power. Okay? The good spirits will protect you from the bad ones. It's just that simple. But if you are allowing the negative frequency to, and it's negative people, negative things, negative places, if you feel that your soul does not resonate where you live at, or the town you stay in, or whatever it is, leave. Leave when your intuition tells you to. Okay, self tell you to. Don't leave because I told you to. Okay, if your higher self said leave, then you haul ass out of there. I've had jobs where I've worked jobs where and I'll tell you, I was a good worker, but people did not appreciate me. They did not appreciate the knowledge that I carried. Um, I just knew better. I just knew better. So, um, was I awakened to my twin flame journey? I was awakened, but I wasn't awakened to who my companion was until he left for the first time. When we were like when he left, the soul of my masculine was not happy. So he pretty much triggered me to fight for my union. But it was more of a fight for the memory, like keep the memory alive type stuff, keep the frequency going. It was not really much of the spirit work. Like the body is just like the mind. It do wicked stuff, and there's nothing I can do about it, and there's nothing I'm going to do about it because that's not my battle to fight. I fought off my demons, and you're fighting your demons. And this is why I'm doing this video about twin flame temptation. All right, you will be tempted to get off your journey. You will be tempted to love another. And this is why this journey is not something to play with. This is not a journey to play with. Oh, it's not a cute situation where I got a twin flame and I think this guy's my twin flame, but then again, I think this other person is my twin flame. That's not a twin flame connection. This twin flame connection is you already know, given to you by the Most High, that's not even present in the physical, that you know this is something. And I'm not talking about, oh yeah, I knew yesterday was here and now today is here. This is a knowing deep down in your soul. This is not something to play with. And the people that do play with this get burned. You are not, if you're getting burned right now and it's affecting you, then you may have to speak to your Most High about your situation. Okay. And some people just need assistance. Now, I don't mind doing readings for you and assisting you because I do throw a little counseling in there to talk to you and your spirit, let y'all speak. But you have to tap into it. Okay? You got to. You got to. It's a beautiful experience, y'all. It's not as scary as it's only scary because you disconnected from yourself. It's not, yeah, it's not a big deal. It's like falling in love with yourself all over again. Just the same love that you're willing to give your partner, reflect it back to you. You got to remember this person is a reflection of you in a different form. So if you learn to love you, they will always be magnetically pulled towards you. And there will be others around you too that will be pulled towards your light. Okay? And you can't call them your lover because just because you recognize this, the only soul recognition is that one. Okay? Don't create ties with other people because they vibe towards your light. Okay? Just because someone vibed towards your light, you became a messenger. Deliver your message and move forward. It's not to give them pussy or give them dick and have sex. It's not to do all that. It's not a sexual exchange. You were only given by one person. Okay? And this is why I speak my experience, tell my stories, as well as help and assist others too. Because it's to each one, teach one. Okay? We don't have our parents about this. We don't have our brothers and sisters. It's a lonely journey. So this is why we come to this internet, or you meet in person here and there and somebody experiences the same thing you experience. Then you have found your brother or sister on that level where y'all can talk about your issues. Okay? It's no different from people going to the mosque or people going to the church or people going to this where and that where to study balance. Okay? It's a lonely journey, so you go into communities where your mind is. You go to like-minded communities. Okay? And I don't mean that like-minded, egotistical community, because they have those too. They have people that just love control, so they're going to take your time away from you and give it to themselves. They're stealing your energy by you giving it to them. Be mindful how you guys do this. I swear, once you've learned your discernment, you and mastered your self-love. Oh my God, y'all. You will never smoke a cigarette again. You will never do this and you never do that. Like my body went to the point where it started losing weight on its own. And it wasn't no depression or nothing. It was a time where I was not attracted to, you know, meat anymore. Like I was not tempted to eat meat. Like that's how the shit works. Okay, that's how it works. Where it will naturally, like when you become one with your God, it will naturally shut all the toxicity down. Like I'm just keeping it real with you. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. Like when you fall back into it, when you fall back into temptation, you have to swim out that wave again. You have to find your way out again. And it's like if you're not strong enough to deal with your masculine while they're dealing with other companions, you get out of it. Get out the business. Get out of it if you cannot handle it. If you're the kind of person who feed off of that, you might want to ask yourself again who you are, okay? And reroute yourself, okay? Reflect that love back to you. They will always come trying to get your light. You will always be attacked when you're hot, when your light is bright. You will always be. So that's something you have to get used to. You will always get attacked by spiritual beings. You can't get spiritually attacked by a hating ass spirit. You can't get spiritually attacked by a hating ass who has a flesh. So you have to learn to shield yourself. You have to learn how to shield yourself from all kinds of things. Knowledge is power. I know I'm being attacked right now. So address it. How you can address it is acknowledge the fact that you're not feeling well right now. And you said, you know what, I'm not feeling well right now. Something's not right. May it stop. Stop now. Type shit. Take control of your life now. I have a headache. You know, this headache needs to go away. It needs to go away now. My heart is hurting. Okay. Spirit, help my heart feel better. You know, and you'll start to relax. Give it some time, give it about an hour, and you will start to naturally relax because you're programming yourself to control your own problems. Okay? You have to do that. My heart is hurting because I love so much. Spirit, close my heart just a little bit enough, or help me forgive this person enough. You gotta program yourself. If you don't program yourself, like they say, you something else will program you. Facebook will program you. Instagram will program you. Sometimes YouTube can program you. Whatever it is that's toxic will program you. And when you come to places like this and you get your lesson and you get your lessons and you get your lessons and um it helps you. You have to keep watching. Like I watch enlightened videos a few times. If I feel like if I just left a toxic situation, I will dive into some peace. If I spend an hour around a toxic person, I'm gonna take 2 or 3 hours to study peace, to relax, meditate, and free my mind from the toxic energy that tried to possess me. You understand what I'm saying? People will try to manipulate you to hate yourself. They will tell you you're not beautiful. They will tell you that you broke. They will tell you. And it is your job to laugh at them, to tell them that they don't know better. Because if they knew better, they knew that you were just a shell and that your spirit is somewhere else handling what it needs to, and it will be right back. And then when it comes right back, it's going to put you on the path of success and you will start to walk it. But you have to listen because when your spirit comes back from the journey, this is where we get deja vu from. You get deja vu, and I know every single one of y'all have experienced deja vu. Okay? Same shit. It's because your soul has already went and paved that way, which is your God. Your soul is your God. And when your soul left and went, okay, around the time that it's supposed to go is when you're resting. Some of you guys have to learn how to get some sleep. Okay, stop falling for temptation. Yeah, I gotta go outside. I gotta be over here at 2 o'clock. Oh, I gotta be over here at 3 o'clock. Oh, I gotta do this and do that. It's time to take back your life. Okay, it's time to take back your power. You create your own timing. Okay, your time is of the essence. Okay, and for a reason. When your spirit, because your spirit will leave you soulless. And you done messed around and got yourself into a situation. You done messed around and messed with a karmic. within the midst of time that your soul left and went to go handle something because you chose not to take that move. Okay. Soul's gonna always get the soul's gonna always stay on the path. It is you, the physical flesh, who needs to it's you who physical flesh who needs to get in line. Okay. Um. Okay. So you got to be careful about people who practice mind control. People like become the best at controlling others' minds, from your teachers to your parents to your family. Is powerful. And I will say things like this: I am not your God, you are in control of your own self. I am not your God, I am a messenger. You do not have to listen to me, but if it resonates with your soul, please take it. You're more than welcome to take that energy. But I am not your God, and I will never be your God. I am my own God, you are your own God. You are your own portal, I am my own portal. Okay. um be mindful of those people who practice mind control. You have your friends that would pour out their problems to you and put their burden on your shoulders. Oh, so and said this and so on said that. Okay, you got people that will put that burden on, take it off their shoulders and put it right on yours because you have opened that door for them to just come right through. You got to shield yourself. Okay, even if they're talking to you, okay, if they're talking to you and it's toxic, you can zone out. Okay, go somewhere else mentally. Shield yourself, lock it up, lock that shit up, shield yourself, lock it up, stand there like a zombie until they done with your shield over your head until they done. Don't absorb none of that toxicness. Don't get involved. Oh yeah, well someone this too and yatta 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 yatta. You know, no. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Or you can be one of those who gonna say and telling the truth, like, oh, you need to let that go, or you need to forgive yourself for dealing with somebody like that type stuff. You can do two things: shield yourself. If they don't want to listen to you, just pack your shit up and just walk off. All right, you ain't gotta tolerate nothing. All right, but if you are a light who try to help them and they refuse to listen to you, that's their karma, not yours. Your karma's clear. Keep your shit clear. Keep your demons gone. Okay, you work too hard to get rid of them. Remember this: you work too hard to break out of that illusion, to come into the world as a new, reborn person at your age, to go fall back into it just with one drop of temptation. Man, don't fall for it. Okay, so be mindful of the demons and the devils around you. Demons and devils are deceivers of their own mind. Okay, they started being a master of manipulation when they started mastering their own manipulation, when they stop listening to their own divine, when they stop being of divine. Now you got some that say they are divine but still do wicked shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, but at the end of the day, I know what it looks like because I myself experienced it as well. I got a twin flame who will say he is of God, say he is of light, but yet temptation come around, he hop right on that. He just hop right on it and just haul ass. Okay, that is not of God. Temptation has got the best of you. Temptation has showed you was a weak individual and you are a liar. Okay, temptation will always be there to prove somebody wrong. Okay, um, that's just how the universe works. So if your masculine is falling for temptation or your feminine is falling for temptation, there's nothing you can do about it. You can just sit there and say, I knew you was a liar. I'm glad I didn't give my whole heart energy into you. And you just feel rejuvenated because you knew that you was never wrong. See, the universe will find a way to show you that you were never wrong. They will show you the truth. Okay? They may show you the truth in the ways that may hurt you, only to show you your triggers. Okay? So you got to watch out for the behaviors, the constant repeated behaviors of other people. Okay? People will act according to what they are, and some people will shield according to how they feel. Okay, so you got to be mindful You got to, like I'm telling you, your discernment. This is why it's good to be tuned into your spirit, because your spirit can see through all the masks. It can see through all the bullshit. It can see through all the fakeness, especially as a feminine, divine feminine, who is a conceiver of life, who gives birth to the bodies that come on this planet. You have the ability, if anything, the masculines have the ability, because you have that divine giving birth, or birth, you. Vibe at the same frequency, okay? To vibe at the same frequency. But if you're not, you got the masculine and sometimes and feminine out. Feminine and sometimes you get the balanced. We have to long. But if the is the masculine or feminine, but most to have everything and have all things, and they believe multiple this, multiple that, and they're feminine one only. If the choice was up to you, you would just do, you would just be with the rest of the program to have more options. Okay. And this is a problem. And this is why we have to, as women, there's a lot of women raising children with no fathers at home. You have to teach the masculine to be able to use his discernment and make his mind up when his heart says so. Okay. You have to, because you can raise a boy into a man physically, but mentally he has to have that masculine presence. Okay. And you, the feminine, is so tapped into your feminine energy because you're based off of emotion. You forget your masculine side. Okay. Because everybody has even the feminines have a masculine, and I know this to be true because I'm a very masculine feminine. Okay. And I pull towards my masculine side more than I do my feminine, but I still love men. I'm still into men. I love the body sculpture of a man, and I appreciate it. But I pull more into my masculine side because of the way of life that I grew up. I had to shield and protect myself from the wicked. So in order for me to shield and protect myself, I had my guard up. So yeah, I have my guard up. When my masculine comes around, he's more like a femininist. He like a feminine masculine where he's, you know, trustworthy. Everybody's okay. Everybody's great, but still has that little bit of him where he feels like he can't trust nobody and whatever, whatever. But that's his own. That's his own body. He has to deal with his body. I have to deal with mine. Will we ever? Because we come together. Coming to union is not a problem. It's staying in union that's a problem. Will we ever stay in union? I can tell you, I doubt that because um and the reason why I say I doubt that we will be able to stay in union is because of society based. I could care less about it. If it came to me, I'll drop it all in a heartbeat. I'll drop my YouTube, I'll drop everything, money, my place, everything for love, for true divine love. I wouldn't care. I would just go MIA. But this is not how my masculine thinks. My masculine needs the internet. He's got to have attention. He's got to have access to the inboxes and the DMs. He got to do that. And that's not how I see things. Okay. So no, we won't be able to come into union if there is no balance. So, and if you're just, if that's how you're experiencing yours, that's yours. Okay. So if they're repeating the cycle, due to social media, let me tell you something. All this is new. You know what I'm saying? All this is new. Back in the days, we used to have what do you call a Rolex? No, Rolex is what is it? Little Rolex thingies, whatever. Where there was like, it started off with like MySpace or something like that. But it's like it all started with MySpace, where they did this social media thing, and then here come Facebook and Instagram, and boom, everybody free, everybody for everybody. It's all toxic. You got all these women showing their bodies on all over. Y'all, you can't do that. Y'all can't do it. You can't come into union like that. If you're masculine, this is all temptation. Okay. I've seen a tarot reader where she actually exposed all her freaking body like she was some type of porn thought, whatever the fuck it was, but then bitched about coming into union with her masculine. It's like, first of all, you gotta humble yourself. All right, you gotta humble yourself, and you gotta humble yourself first. I'm not telling you to cover yourself up like a nun, but you don't need to be showing your ass cheeks all over social media. Every time I see a female who's showing tits and ass on my Instagram or mostly my Instagram, I will block the shit out of them, because I could be sharing my I'm not saying I have trust issues, but this shit is like, it's crazy, and it's stuff like that that'll keep you out of union. Okay, women not having enough respect for themselves. Is it the woman's fault? It's a 50-50. It's the women and the men's fault. It's the men for not being strong enough to say, let me get off of this. It's the women's fault for putting themselves out there. And not all women are like this. And this is the programming that's happening out here. Not all men. You got men on there too that's doing wicked shit. Y'all wicked as fuck out there. So this is why we're not all able to come into union, because our companions are not strong enough. Temptation is everywhere. And if you're a part of temptation, then shame on you. Just because you can't beat them, don't mean you need to join them. I know it gets tough. I know it gets hard. But it's not about joining the crew. It's about being the one that got away. Okay? You don't have to leave your divine connection, because you can never leave your divine connection to escape. You don't want to have to do that, because if you have to find a way to escape, or find some kind of this and find that, all you need to do is find peace in it. And the peace is that this person is an individual person, and they will deal with their own shit. You are an individual person, and you will deal with your own shit. And when you divide what's already divided, which is the flesh, okay, you will find peace, that even though you guys are divided in the flesh, you are one in the soul. All right? You already have what nobody can have, and that's their soul. And you take that and you run, because they will always come back to what is connected to them, and that's their soul. So when you go this way, the right way, they will magnetically pull towards you, unless they start to deal with the karmic. It'll slow them down. That's a detour. Or they decide to run away. They take in detours, but they will always come back to you. And when you know this, you don't have to ask these kind of questions anymore. The worries, the fears, and the doubts is keeping you in that mental hell. You have to break free from that hell by trusting in yourself. Okay? So that is, if you missed the beginning, we talked about, like I said, we talked about sex, money, drugs, food, and people, and stuff like that. If you missed it and you're just now joining, just play the video back. I believe I got my package came in, so now I could probably be on here a little bit more now and do what I do. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe and stay tuned. Peace and blessings to you all.